Welcome to our SAP Lumira 2.1 product demo. We are on Unit 2 of Week 1, our first real unit working with a product. This unit is split into two parts, the first one covered by me and the second one covered by G. With SAP Lumira 2.1 we have one product consisting of two clients, SAP Lumira Discovery and SAP Lumira Designer, and a combined server add-on. SAP Lumira Server, as an add-on installation to the BI platform, enables us to use the BI platform as a sharing platform for Lumira documents created with Discovery or Designer clients. Both clients share the same technology and same file format, which enables us editing of the same documents to Discovery, Designer and BI platform. In our different demos, G and I will give you a first feeling for the variety of use cases that can be covered with the different product parts. While I will focus on Discovery Client and some selected use cases on the BI platform that we will create during the next weeks of our course, G will focus on Designer Client. She will give you a great overview of what you will learn during the course and a selection of what's possible beyond, as the product has many great features that cannot all be covered in this course. During our recording phase, the release changed from 2.0 to 2.1. Please don't be confused if you see minor differences. In my demo, I will cover first working with a Discovery client, and then we will switch to the BI platform, where I will show you what you will create during the course on the platform. So let's have a first look into the Discovery client. In the Discovery client, this is an installation on your laptops. Not each user is requiring a laptop installation. This depends on who will create the documents and who will be a consumer. Consumer users will be able just to focus on the BI platform. What you can do is you will have several data sources that you can either import or work live with. The great advantage of the client, the Discovery client, is that you can import the data sources. Import from BW, from HANA, from Universes and from Excel. Let's have a quick look at one document that you will create in the third unit, or will finalize. So in the second week you will finalize this document and later on share it on the platform. So you see here that's a document you are working with in the Discovery client. So you will have your data sets, you will have your area where you can create your visualization, where you can create filters and input controls. Important here is that I want to show you the data view. So when you import data, you will see those data in the data view tab, and you have several options what you can do with those data. You can, for example, if you have two data sets, you could merge this data. If you click here, right click, you see you have several actions that you can do on the data. So you can manipulate your data, you can create new measures, you can convert the data, can create hierarchies, and what you can do as well, you can filter your data set to exclude data for later analysis. And a very nice feature is that you can, once you have manipulated the data and have your final data set, you can publish this data set to SAP HANA to create a HANA view that you could later on use for live analysis. So that's the first part that I would like to show you in the client. And very important is as well that as we are as well having Designer as part of the product, and Designer has online sources, Designer can use the offline sources of the Discovery client as an offline source for their analysis. Once I have created my document and it's done, what I would do is I would save it and I would save it to the BI platform, because that's where the end user would consume the document. And that's exactly now where I would like to go and show you what we will create during our course. I prepared 3 documents that we will work with, or that we will create during the course, just to see the differences where we will be focused on. So the first one is now the document that we just saw in the client when it's saved to the platform. The view that you have here is the view that an end user would have. So an end user could work with a document, an end user could, for example, drill on a document, an end user could filter on the document, and an end user could as well create a PDF document if they want to keep the data for themselves. They could as well have open document links to share the documents with others and send it as an email. And once they have done some filtering, they could create bookmarks so that the next time they will open the document, they see it already filtered for their personal needs. This would be what an end user can do, but of course we might have analyst users as well on the platform, and they should change documents. And herefore we have this design view, and when you click on it, you see that you have a very similar view to what you have on the client. So here you could work with your data, you could create and insert, for example, new charts here and work with it, and you could create new pages, you could link your data sets, but the only thing that you cannot do is you cannot import new data. That's very important. Data for import always need to be done on the client. And the advantage is that when working with the client, you can work with documents on the platform by opening these documents from the client, and then you could add, for example, imported data to it. And that's as well what we will do during our course. The second one I wanted to show you is our dairy analysis, something that we will create as well in the second week. And this is a document based on live analysis. Because if we work in the client, if we work on the platform and we want to work with live data, we don't need the client at all. Because we have here this application menu where we can create a new Lumira discovery document based on live data. So based on HANA live data or based on BW live data. And that's exactly what we did here. So this is based on HANA live data, but what we will do as well is we will include new data from Excel. That's what we did here. So these data are coming from Excel and are linked with the data of HANA, because we use the functionality that I just showed you before to publish data from the client into HANA and to use them later on as a live view. And the last thing that I want to show you is the dairy interop that we created here, which is part of our week 4. So once you have learned about Discovery and Designer, we would as well like to see how these two clients can interact with each other. And what we did here is, so we created a normal discovery story with some pages here, but as well we wanted to give some more flexibility to the end user, so to enable some editing functionality that is not available for an end user, just for a designer user, let's say, someone with edit rights. But we don't want to give an end user full edit rights, so we included some of these features by enhancing this document in the designer. And that's, we created first a new story in Discovery, and then we open this document because we have the same file format. We open this document in Designer and enhanced it with designer features so that we now can do things that we would not be able to do in the Discovery client. So you see here that now the end user has a lot of more flexibility and interactivity. So we are now at the end of our first demo, so that is what I wanted to show you from the Discovery client, and Ji will explain you more in part 2 of the demo when she will talk about Designer.